I don't know how younger guys are supposed to get ahead right now. I really don't. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what I'm observing out here with the cost of everything going so high. I mean, when every little thing is more expensive, you feel it big time, and it's really just starting to hit a crest right now. Everything's the cumulative effect of just everything being more expensive is crushing younger families, people that aren't established, that are really just starting out, and it's got to be crushing out there and really difficult and put a strain on people's relationships and families and everything else. And what specifically are you dealing with? What are you trying to overcome right now? And what are some of the things that you've found that you can help other people out? Put it in the comments. Um, you know, you might be down, but you're not down and out, and you can help somebody else. There's things you've learned. Put it in the comments. People read comments all the time. That's where so much inspiration really comes from. We really need to help each other out and give each other tips on what can really help out, and not the old stuff of just pull yourself up by your bootstraps or just get out there and work hard. That world doesn't exist anymore. That is old advice that worked then. Yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you have to be on time. Yes, you have to communicate with people and tell them what's going on in your life and try to make that company better and keep your job or whatever. But just those old sayings is, you know, you have a lot of things working against you these days that older generations didn't have to deal with. I'm 57. I'm Gen X. It was tough on Gen X in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember looking for a job, and it was the newspaper. I remember looking at the newspaper, buying the newspaper, and then going and looking at the job opportunities. And in the whole city of Oklahoma City, there was like 4 ads, and 2 of them were scams. So there are businesses out there that are looking for people. It's not the ideal, and it may not even be a living wage, but it's something. You have to keep something coming in. If nothing else, at least give you a place to go to work, make a few dollars, and keep going until you can make a breakthrough. The reality is the cost of living is too high. Wages don't feel like they're keeping up, and they're not. They're really not. And it's hard. It's really, really hard to save any money because of all the extra cost involved. The wages, I don't know how anybody on minimum wage is out there making anything. They've got to be having 4 or 5 roommates to do anything if they're just starting out. I really feel for the 20-year-olds out there, the 18-year-olds who or maybe even 25, 26, 27. I don't know. Maybe they stay at home. Maybe they don't have a home. Maybe they have family that can help them out. But for the younger generation that's just starting out, it's got to be tough, and they don't have anywhere really to turn. You know, you're trying to get started. You gotta, if you wanted to be a handyman like me, you gotta have tools. You gotta have a place to keep your tools. You gotta have supplies. You've got to have some cash flow. Yeah, sometimes some jobs, you know, I might get some material money up front, and some I might go, well, I'll just get it and then add it into the end of the bill. I might be working here for a couple days, and I'll get my return in a couple days. Really work hard and still not get anywhere. You're just spinning on that hamster wheel, and that's where they really got us. When you're panicked and you can't think straight, and you can't sit down and think through a problem long enough to figure it out, and you're just running on that hamster wheel, it can be very frustrating, and people can go through that, and they develop depression. They just want to give up, throw their hands in the air, and people need help. They need help getting through these things. I've been in situations, dire situations, and just a couple of elderly people would show up with a bag full of groceries, And that was over 30 years ago, and I still see those people in my mind. That they showed up at the right time. They didn't preach, they didn't say anything. They just showed up with some groceries that I could fix right then and there. That went a long ways, and I'll never forget those people. I don't know their names, but it was in Oregon. You know, and I'm not saying these things are impossible, and I'm not saying that they can't be dealt with. It's just going to be a lot harder. It's not as easy in this economy with everything being so expensive and having to have, you know, now things are tied to your credit. So now you got bad credit, your car insurance is more expensive. You may or may not get an apartment. It's not the good old days where they just looked at you and said, oh, you got a job, you've been there for 5 months, yeah, go ahead and sign this lease. It's just not the same. So I'm curious, if you're younger, you're in your 20s, your 30s, what are you doing to get ahead right now? What kind of side projects are you doing? Put it down in the comments. Somebody else might be able to use your advice, and you can help somebody else just through making a comment. And just let us know how you're doing and what you're doing to overcome these things, or what help you do need. Throw a question out there to other people to answer. That comment section in YouTube, I find it very inspirational. So let's use the comment section, because that's where a lot of answers really lie. Not in this video so much, but in the comment section, when we all pull together and get a different point of view from somebody else across the country or across the globe, really. Honestly, it's an amazing tool. Let's try to use it to help people out. And now for the big question. If you're older, if you're Gen X like me, or you're a boomer, do you think it's harder nowadays than it was, or was it always hard? Is it meant to be hard? And put that in the comment sections too. I don't really want any fighting, no generational fighting. Let's just look at it. We're not putting blame on anybody, but what are some of the things, what are some of the insights that you boomers have that can help somebody out that's 20, 30 years old right now, that's struggling with rent, groceries, fuel, insurance, their job, sticking through it, dealing with all the things they have to deal with now? And what kind of advice, what are some of the things that you learned when you were coming up during hard times? Feel free to put your comments down, like and subscribe. I really want to build a community of people working out these problems together and giving each other good advice. Thanks for watching the video, and feel free to watch my next video right over here. Thanks.